Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this perfect game collegiate baseball matchup here in McDonough Park. The visiting Elmira Pioneers take on the hometown Geneva Red Wings. .82 and sunny here. The 5 o'clock start time for this PGCBL matchup between these two teams. Leading off for the Elmira Pioneers here in the top of the first inning, number 7, left fielder Jeff Mejia. On the mound to start off for the Red Wings, A.J. Gartland. He starts off with the first pitch strike here. We are underway. McDonough Park. Like I said, 82 degrees and sunny. Swing and a miss there by Jeff, and it's 0-2 now. A pretty decent wind coming from over the outfield wall. No balls, 2 strikes to start off for Jeff Mejia. Holds off on the outside fastball, 1-2. Swing. Soft grounder to Ben Griffin at first. Takes it himself. Steps on the bag for the first out, and there's one away here in the top of the first.
Center fielder, Donovan Montgomery.
Up to bat now, number 2 center fielder Dom Popa. Changeup just runs inside on him. Couldn't quite get back over the plate. 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes to count. That pitch is called a ball, 2-0. That pitch is in there for a strike over the plate, 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike, 1 out here to start the top of the first. Fouled back behind home plate, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here for Dom Popa. Fastball couldn't quite get Dom to swing. 3-2 now, full count. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, full count for Dom Popa. No one on base. Start at the top of the first. A.J. Gartland, a senior at Alfred State University. Here's the 3-2. Swung on, hard over to first at Ben. Steps on the bag himself for the second straight out. 2 outs here in the top of the first.
Number 25, first baseman, Bobby Marsh.
So with 2 outs, here's number 25, the first baseman for the Pioneers, Bobby Marsh. Bobby Marsh from Florida Atlantic University. Both outs so far. Went over to Ben Griffin at first unassisted. That's a first pitch strike by A.J. Gartland, who has Bobby Marsh down quickly 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, no one on base, top of the first inning. Swung on. Fouled back behind home plate. 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Fastball got high on AJ that time. High outside, 1-2 is the count. Here comes the 1-2 from AJ. Got him swinging. AJ's first strikeout of the day. 1-2-3 inning for him. So top of the first, no runs, no hits, no errors. We're on to the bottom here. We'll be right back. We're on our way to the bottom of the first here at McDonough Park. Bottom of the first we go. Stepping in to lead off for the Red Wings, number 14, center fielder Phil Bernstein. He swings at the first pitch. That's lifted over to left field. Called foul. Phil makes his way over to second. And he gets in there with a stand-up double. First pitch swinging for Phil Bernstein.
Number 27, shortstop.
So on the first pitch he sees, Phil Bernstein loops one over to left field. And he's on second now with no outs for Brady Slinger, the shortstop tonight for the Red Wings. He swings on the first pitch as well. Fouls that one back behind home plate. No balls, one strike, the count for him. Both Phil and Brady from Hamilton College. No balls, one strike, the count. Here comes a pitch. He swings. That's a hard hit ball out to right field. Right fielder makes the catch out there. Phil tags from second. And he makes it to third safely with no throw. So here's first baseman, number 22, Ben Griffin from UC Davis, native of Los Angeles, California. Ben behind the plate last night in Geneva's victory over the Newark Pilots. That score was 8-6. He looks at a first pitch ball there, 1-0. So Ben, a great opportunity here. Multiple RBIs for him last night. That pitch is right over the plate, 1-1. Phil Bernstein on third. with one out here. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, bottom of the first inning for first baseman Ben Griffin. He holds up on that breaking ball, but it's a called strike anyway, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes to count. Ben swings high. First strikeout there for Chris Mattoon. So with 2 outs, runner on third for the Red Wings. Here's catcher number 20, Mike Morelli. That pitch is low off the plate, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes early here for Mike Morelli with a runner on third and Phil Bernstein. He foul tips that one, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike for the Red Wings catcher. Pitch gets away from Chris. 2-1 is the count now. Pitch is way on the outside, almost in the opposite batter's box. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here. Runner on third for the Red Wings. Mike swings, soft grounder to short, picks it up nicely, throw to first in time for the third out. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors there in the bottom of the first. Score still remains 0-0 as we head to the second inning here in McDonough Park. We'll be right back. On to the second we go here, McDonough Park. Score still remains Elmira 0, Geneva 0 after 1 inning. Leading off for the Pioneers, number 19 catcher Ben Shore. He grounds that one. Long throw from Shore. Not in time. Called safe. Is Ben Shore.
Number 23, shortstop, Donovan Montgomery.
Hey, he's the pitcher for the Yankees.
It was a long throw for Brady Slinger over there at short. It was almost behind Elliott Good at third. It was close, but of course we have to go by the ruling with the infield umpire. So Ben Shore is on first, then infield single. Here's Donovan Montgomery, the Pioneer shortstop tonight, as he fouls that one back behind home plate. 0-1 the count. No balls, one strike the count. Here comes the pitch. In there on the outside wall. Another strike. Montgomery's down 0-2 here from A.J. Gartland. No balls, two strikes. No outs here in the top of the second inning. Ben Shore on first with an infield hit for Donovan Montgomery, number 23 for the Pioneers. He swings through and misses on that one.
Number 32, third baseman, Alex Lucini.
So here's Alex Lucini. See, he looks at a first pitch strike there. Ben Shore still on first with one out. No balls, one strike the count for Alex, who was at third tonight for the Pioneers. Little check swing foul off AJ. Throw to first. In time at first for the out there. Good recovery from AJ Gartland on the mound.
Number 41, extra hitter, Gil Marad.
So with two outs and a runner on second now, here's the extra hitter, number 41, Gil Marad. Here's the 0-0 to him as he swings. Over to Royce at second. Throw to first in time, and there's the third out. So no runs.
One hit, no errors. One left on base halfway through two. The score remains 0.
No runs, no hits, no errors for the Pioneers there in the top of the second. Score still remains 0-0 for both squads. We're on to the second here, McDonough Park. We'll be right back. On to the bottom of the second, leading off for the Red Wings, the right fielder, number 5, Nick Forney. Nick in right again tonight. Nick was in right field last night in Newark. Here's the 0-0 to him. Looks at a ball, just called off the plate. 1-0. Pitch called low there, just misses the zone. 2-0. Nick swings, fouls that one right at home plate. Two balls, one strike, the count from Chris Matsoon. Here comes another pitch, just called high out of the zone that time. 3-1.
Get it in there, buddy.
3 balls, 1 strike for Nick Forney. Here comes the pitch. Ball called high. Nick Forney makes his way to first with a no-out walk. Up to bat now, number 25, designated hitter, Noah Reischmann. Noah, native of St. Louis, Missouri. Looks at a first pitch ball there. So with no outs, there's a run around first for Noah. That pitch hits the high corner there, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. No outs for Noah Reischmann as he fouls that one high out of play. One ball, 2 strikes, the count. Here it comes. That pitch gets away from Chris. That's held up high, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, no outs for Noah Reischmann with Nick Forney over there on first after his walk. Here it comes. Another foul out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes, still remains the count after that foul ball. Chris Matsoon for the Elmira Pioneers looking for strikeout number 2 for him on the day. Number 33 for the Pioneers. There's a ball. 3-2 now the count. Three balls, 2 strikes the count. Here comes the pitch. Nick runner. That ball slices over to right field. Caught out there. Nick Forney runs back to first in time. Good cover there by Ben Shore. Keeps the play. Nick Forney had stolen the bag there, but of course that being caught out in right field, he had to run back to first. Here's Royce Frazier, the second baseman for the Red Wings. He looks at a first pitch strike. Bryce swings through that one. 0-2. It's quickly down now with 2 strikes. Bryce holds on the outside pitch there. Called a ball. 1-2. With 1 out, Nick Forney still on first. That one's popped up high in play over to right field. Caught out there in foul ground for the second out. So with 2 outs, runner on first, still with Nick Forney over there. Here's left fielder number 4, Corson Hastings. Here's the 0-0 to him. Corson swings, fouls that one away. Another steal attempt by Nick Forney. Halted. No balls, 1 strike to Corson. 2 outs, runner on first. Still in the bottom of the second inning. Score remains 0-0 here at McDonough Park. Changeup just lands offside the plate. 1-1. Runner on first still. 1-1 the count. Corson swings. Another one foul out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes for the Red Wings left fielder. Pitch is low outside the zone. 2-2 now the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. Here's the 2-2. That one's called high. Full count now for Corson Hastings. I'm sure Nick Forney will be running on this one. 3 balls, 2 strikes, the count. Here comes the pitch. Swung on, popped up high in play. Third baseman calls for it. Makes the catch for the 3rd out. So after a Nick Forney walk to start the inning, there's 3 straight outs there by Chris Mattoon. So no runs, no hits, no errors there in the bottom of the second. We'll be right back. Here we are in the third inning. This PGCBL matchup leading off for the Pioneers in the top of the third. Number 28, second baseman Emilian Pitre. He swings through and foul tips that first pitch for a strike. AJ Gartland, 2 strikeouts so far for him. That one just called inside, low, 1-1. That's a hard hit ball out to left field. Corson Hastings trailing for it. Can't get over there. That lands down near the wall. So Emilian Pitre is on second with a no-out double to start off the top of the third for the Pioneers.
Number 47, right field.
So Emilian Pitre with a no-out double to start off the top of the third for the Pioneers. Here's right fielder number 47, Jerron McNeil Ward. Fastball hits the inside wall there for a first pitch strike. No balls to strike. No balls to 1 strike, excuse me. No outs. Runner on second for AJ Gartland. That's a hard hit ball. Foul. It was just called foul off the left field line. So that foul ball makes the count 0-2 now. No balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Runner on second for Jerron McNeil Ward, who's made some pretty great plays out in right field for the Pioneers so far this game. Here's the 0-2. Just off the low inside corner, misses. 1-2 now the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes for Jerron. Runner on second, and Emilian Pitre. Here comes the pitch from AJ. Swung on, hard hit ball out to center field. Phil Bernstein makes the grab out there. Emilian tags, thought about going, but a great throw by Phil Bernstein keeps Emilian on second.
Number 34.
So with 1 out, here's designated hitter number 34, Trevor Henneman. Emilian Pitre did tag up on that play, made it about a quarter of the way to third before he turned around. Breaking ball couldn't quite get back over the plate. Misses there, 1-0. Trevor Henneman, the designated hitter for the Pioneers tonight. AJ checks Emilian at second. Still 81 degrees and sunny here at McDonough Park. Plenty of clouds in the sky, but the sun doesn't really care. 1-0. Another breaking ball just off the high outside corner. 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. 1 out for Trevor Henneman. Here comes the 2-0. That pitch is in there for a strike. 2-1. It's a great breaking ball just off the low inside corner. 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. 1 out here. Top of the third inning. Score still remains 0-0. The Pioneers can change that now with a runner on second. Here's the 2-1. That pitch turned the wrong way. Went off the plate. 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike, the count for Trevor Henneman. With 1 out, runner on second. Foul tipped that one, caught by Mike Borelli. Makes the count full at 3-2. Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Here's the full count pitch from AJ. Fouled out behind home plate. Foul ball still keeps the count at 3-2. Still 3 balls, 2 strikes for Trevor Henneman with a runner on second. Here's the pitch. That's popped up high in the infield. Elliott Good calls for it at third, makes the grab there. That's 2 outs now at the top of the 3rd inning.
Number 7, left fielder, Jeff Mejia.
Here's top of the order for the Pioneers. Number 7, left fielder Jeff Mejia. He grounded out to first his last time up. And with 2 outs, runner still at second with Emilian Pitre standing there. Here's the 0-0 to him. That pitch is over the plate, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, the count. 2 outs, here's the pitch. That one lands in the exact same spot as the first. No balls, 2 strikes for Jeff Mejia. Here's the 0-2. That one a little too far off the plate that time. 1-2 the count. AJ, like I said, a left-hander out of Alfred State. Native of Irondequoit, New York. He's up 1-2. Here's the pitch. That's a hard hit ball out to center field. Phil Bernstein tracks it down. Makes the catch out there in center field for the 3rd out. So a first bat by Emilian Pitre. He's left on base. We'll be right back. So Emilian Pitre at the top of the 3rd does not come around for the Pioneers. He's stranded out there at second. With 3 straight flyouts by AJ. We're on to the bottom of the 3rd. We'll be right back. On to the bottom of the 3rd we go here at McDonough Park. Leading off for the Red Wings, this bottom half of the 3rd. 3rd baseman, number 40, Elliott Good. Out of Central Connecticut University. He swings through at the first pitch, fouls that one towards the visitor dugout. For a first pitch strike. No balls, 1 strike for Elliott. That pitch is called low. Misses the zone there. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count for Elliott. Elliott swings. That's popped up high. Foul out of play. Elliott fouls that one back behind home plate. Count still remains 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes for Elliott. Still remains the count. Here comes the pitch. Another foul ball back behind home plate. Into the netting that time. Two straight foul balls. Still has the count at 1-2 for Elliott. That's another foul ball. One ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. That one's out in play. High ball to center field. Center fielder makes the grab out there in center for the first out. Here's Phil Bernstein. He had a double back in the first inning. That pitch is low in the dirt. Misses there. 1-0. Phil, on the first pitch he saw back in the first inning, hit a double and was stranded, left on base in the first. There's a strike looked at. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out for Phil. That one's hit. Foul out of play. One and two. That ball's lofted out into left field. Makes the grab out there for the second out. So with 2 outs, here's Brady Slinger, who looks at a first pitch ball. And it's fair out there in left field, out to the wall. Brady makes his way to second, standing with a 2-out double.
Number 22, first baseman.
So Brady Slinger with a 2-out double has him on second. Here's first baseman number 22, Ben Griffin. He struck out back in the first inning. Here's the 0-0. That one's fouled into the netting behind home plate. No balls, 1 strike to Ben. Brady over there on second with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third inning. Good breaking ball, just called off the plate. 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. Ben swings, fouls that one towards the visitor dugout. So that foul ball makes the count 1-2 now. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs for Ben Griffin. Here's the pitch. Pitch couldn't quite get low enough, stays just high. Misses his zone there, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs for number 22, Ben Griffin. He fouls that one back behind home plate again. So that foul ball still keeps the count at 2-2. Here comes the pitch to him. Breaking ball just called high. Misses there. That's a full count now for Ben Griffin. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs for him, with Brady Slinger still on second. Pitch misses. Ben Griffin has a 2-out walk, and he's on first.
Number 20.
So the runners on first and second with 2 outs. Here's catcher number 20, Mike Borelli. Looks at a first pitch strike. 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to him. He swings, and that gets through the left side of the infield. Brady Slinger waved around home, and he makes it there safely for the first run of the game. So that Mike Borelli RBI with 2 out first and second has Geneva with a 1-0 lead over the Elmira Pioneers in the bottom of the third. Here's right fielder number 5, Nick Forney. He looks at a first pitch strike there. He's down 0-1. That pitch is low in the dirt. Misses there. 1-1. One ball, 1 strike for Nick Forney. Ben Griffin on second, Mike Borelli on first. He swings. That hits softly out to center. And he makes the catch out there for the 3rd out. So the Red Wings do get a run on a Mike Borelli RBI single. So they now lead Elmira 1-0. We're out of the 4th inning here at McDonough Park. We'll be right back. On to the fourth we go here at McDonough Park. Leading off for the Pioneers, number 2, center fielder.
Dom Popa.
As you probably heard from Spazman up in the booth, Dom Popa, he leads off for the Pioneers. Yep, Spazman, PA announcer here at McDonough Park. Dom grounded out to first as he swings. Soft grounder to Royce at second. Throw to first. Good scoop by Ben Griffin over there at first for the first out.
Number 25, first baseman Bobby Marsh.
Here's number 25, first baseman Bobby Marsh. He struck out swinging back in the first inning. That's a hard hit ball, foul down the left field line. So no balls, 1 strike, 1 out for Bobby. No runners on here to start the top of the fourth. That's fouled behind home plate. 0-2. AJ Gartland looking for strikeout number 3. He's had some pretty great defensive help so far this game. Here's 0-2 from him. In there, misses high outside. One and 2 the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out, no one on base for the Pioneers. Here's the 1-2. Swung and miss. Strikeout number 3 for AJ Gartland. Second strikeout for Bobby Marsh today.
Number 19, catcher Ben Shore.
Here's number 19, catcher Ben Shore. He had a single back in the second inning. It was left on base. With 2 outs and no one on base for him. Here's the 0-0 from AJ. Swung on softly to Brady at short. Picks it up nicely. Throw to first in time for the third out. 1-2-3 inning for AJ Gartland. So no runs, no hits, no errors in the top of the fourth. Geneva still leads 1-0. We're on to the bottom. Here we go. We'll be right back.
No run.
pitching change coming in to relieve here in the bottom of the fourth inning for the Pioneers, number 22, Zachary Bayfield, 6'4" left-hander.
Number 25, designated hitter.
So Chris Mattoon is done for the day. 1 run, 3 hits, and 1 strikeout. Noah Reischmann leading off the bottom of the fourth for the Red Wings. Looks at a first pitch strike. That hits Noah in the leg, so he makes his way to first.
Number 30.
So Noah Reischmann gets hit right above the left knee, right in his quadricep. So he's on first with no outs for second baseman Royce Frazier. Royce swings through and misses on the first pitch. 0-1. That's a hard hit ball out to right field. Lands just foul over the line. Royce hoping that ball would slice back fair. Ran down the first baseline with his bat still in his hand. He's down 0-2 now. No balls, 2 strikes for Royce Frazier with Noah Reischmann over there on first. That's another foul ball, that time out of play. Red Wings trying to add on to their lead here in the bottom of the fourth inning. They took it back in the third. They lead Elmira 1-0 here. Here's the 0-2. Down the left field line, foul. So 2 strikes and then 2 foul balls. Still keeps the count 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, no outs here in the bottom of the fourth. That ball gets through the right side of the infield, so Royce Frazier has himself a no-out single, and he's on first. So no outs, runners on first and second. Here's left fielder number 4, Corson Hastings. That pitch lands outside the plate, off the zone, 1-0. One ball, no strikes. Corson swings, pulls that one, gets past the first baseman. Noah Reischmann sent around third. He gets home safely. Tag missed by the catcher, Ben Shore. So Noah Reischmann crosses home plate safely. It's an RBI single for Corson Hastings. So Royce Frazier over there on third. RBI single for Corson Hastings. He's on first. Noah Reischmann didn't slide there. He was sent. He was just made it in time. No slide. The tag just missed his foot as he planted it down on home plate. So the Red Wings now take a 2-0 lead over the Elmira Pioneers. Here's Elliott Good as he swings and fouls that one back into the netting. Still no outs here in the bottom of the fourth inning with runners on the corners for the Red Wings third baseman. That pitch is called off the plate. 1-1. One ball, one strike to Elliott. Here's the pitch. It's another steal attempt foiled by a foul ball from the Red Wings. One ball, two strikes. Royce Frazier on third, and Corson Hastings on first. Elliott slices that one foul towards the home bullpen. One ball, two strikes the count for Elliott. That pitch stays high off the plate. 2-2 evens up the count. Two balls, two strikes, no outs, runners in the corners for Elliott. Here's the pitch. That's way offside the plate there. Full count for Elliott Good. 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs here. Elliott pops that one foul behind home plate. Count still remains full at 3-2. Elliott not making it easy for Zach Bayfield. Zach already let up 2 hits and 1 run so far in the fourth. That's a hard hit ball out to left by Elliott. Carrying high, carrying far. Off the wall out there. Corson Hastings caught off second. He slides back in safely. And no one covered first, so Elliott Goodman's back at first base. Royce Frazier does come in to score, however, so that makes it a 3-0 ball game. Phil Bernstein up to bat. He gets hit by the first pitch. So that makes the bases loaded with no outs here in the bottom of the fourth inning.
Number 27, shortstop, Brady Slinger.
Brady Slinger up to bat now for the Red Wings. Brady looks at a first pitch ball. So the bases loaded for Brady Slinger. He hit a double back in the third inning. So he pulls that one foul towards the home bullpen. 1-1. So Corson Hastings on third, Elliott Good on second, and Phil Bernstein on first with no outs for Brady Slinger. Here in the bottom of the fourth inning, Geneva leads Elmira 3-0. Here's the 1-1. Swung on, pulled fair over the first base line. That's going to score 1. Elliott being waved around home, and he lands safely at home. So that's a 2 RBI double for Brady Slinger. Here's Zachary Bayfield's day is done. He could not get through the fourth inning.
For Elmira, number 43, Jack Sokol. Sokol now on the bump for Elmira.
What? Oh, Jack Sokol. Jack Sokol is coming into relief here with no outs still in the bottom of the fourth.
Remember, fans, we look forward to seeing you back here on Wednesday, the Hump Day Baseball, when the Red Wings are slated to host Niagara. Follow us on social media on Facebook and Twitter for up-to-date information. Once again, number 22, first baseman, Ben Griffin.
So as my friend Spaz just said, Red Wings have an off day tomorrow. They're back here home Wednesday, the 21st of July here at McDonough Park against the Niagara Power. So runners on second and third, still no outs. Here's first baseman, number 22, Ben Griffin. He foul tips that first pitch for a strike. Pitching change, number 43, Jack Sokol comes in. Still no outs, bottom of the fourth. Geneva leads Elmira 5-0 here. Ben fouls that one behind home plate into the backstop. 0-2 now. So no balls, 2 strikes for Ben. Phil Bernstein on third with Brady Slinger on second. Brady with that 2 RBI double. That pitch is in the dirt. Good stop there by Ben Shore. Keeps it in front of him. 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Ben fouls that one back into the backstop as well. Keeps the count at 1-2. Ben struck out in the first and then walked and was left on base in the third inning. And here he is again in the bottom of the fourth with no outs, runners on second and third. Here's a 1-2. He swings through that one, misses. Here's Mike Borelli with 1 out. Runner still on second and third. Pitch is low in the dirt. Another good stop by Ben Shore. Mike Borelli opened up the scoring for the Red Wings back in the third inning. He had an RBI single that allowed Brady Slinger to score. Mike Borelli grounded out to third in the first. And, of course, like I said, hit that RBI single in the third. Here he is in the bottom of the fourth. Geneva leads Elmira 5-0 with 1 out. Runners on second and third. Phil Bernstein on third. Brady Slinger on second. As Mike Borelli looks at another ball there. Two balls, no strikes for Mike. Here comes the pitch. That one swung on, fouled, out of play. Two balls, 1 strike. That's hit softly to the shortstop. He throws to first, but a run does come across to score. So another RBI for Mike Borelli. Gets Phil Bernstein home safely. So here's Nick Forney. He looks at a first pitch ball with 2 outs, runner on third. That breaking ball couldn't quite stay high enough, lands just below the zone, 2-0. Two balls, no strikes. Brady Slinger on third. That ball's low in the dirt. Another good stop by Ben Shore. That makes the count 3-0. Three balls, no strikes. 2 outs for Nick Forney. And that's ball 4. It misses. Gets away from Ben as Brady Slinger comes in to score safely. So here's Noah Reischmann. He led off the bottom of the 4th inning. So here he is again, still the bottom of the 4th. He was hit by a pitch and came around to score. With 2 outs, there's a runner on first. That's a good breaking ball. Hits the low corner, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike for Noah Reischmann. Nick Forney on first after his walk. Another good breaking ball. Hits the zone, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs here for the DH for the Red Wings. That's a ball in the dirt. 1-2. Swung and a miss. Noah Reischmann goes down swinging for the 3rd out of an offensive explosion for the Red Wings. They now lead Elmira 7-0.
6 runs on 4 hits. No errors and 1 man left on base. The score in the bottom of the 4th. Geneva 7, Elmira 0. AJ Garland, number 16, back on the bump for Geneva.
So 6 runs on 4 hits, no errors, allows Geneva to go up on Elmira 7-0 here. As we're on to the 5th, we'll be right back. Leading off the top of the 5th inning for the Elmira Pioneers, number 23, shortstop Donovan Montgomery. He struck out back in the 2nd inning. That pitch is called low. First pitch ball by AJ Garland, still on the mound for the Red Wings. That pitch is the zone, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike for AJ. It's called ball. Donovan holds his swing. 2 balls, 1 strike. AJ taking his time on the mound. Here comes the 2-1. That pitch misses the low inside corner. 3-1. AJ had quite a while to sit on the dugout bench that last inning. That's a hard hit ball out to left field. That gets down for a base hit. So no out base runner for the Pioneers. As here's
32, third baseman, Alex Lucini.
Here's third baseman, number 32, Alex Lucini. Alex with a runner on first with no outs here in the top of the 5th inning. Breaking ball hits the plate for a first pitch strike. Got him swinging on the breaking ball there. 0-2 now. Runner goes. Call the ball. Good throw by Mike Borelli. Couldn't quite get the tag out there at second. So Donovan Montgomery steals second safely. One ball, 2 strikes for Alex. Hard hit ball to Bennett first. Pitcher recovery in time. He gets over there, does A.J. Garland for the first out. So here's Gil Murad, number 41, the extra hitter for the Pioneers, with a runner on third. Donovan Montgomery advanced on that fielder's choice.
Yeah, but there's only 9 guys on the field there.
So 1 ball, no strikes. 2 pitches ran inside on Gil. Runner on third for the Pioneers. It's the first time they've made it to third so far this game. That's a hard hit ball out to left. Trailing foul. Corson couldn't get there in time. Foul ball. 2-1 the count. Two balls, 1 strike from A.J. Garland. Gil Murad trying to get Donovan Montgomery home from third with 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. Geneva still leads Elmira 7-0. Another pitch runs inside on Gil. That makes the count 3-1. Lefty-righty matchup. All 3 of the balls from Gil Murad ran inside on him. Here's the 3-1. That swung on over the third baseman, Elliott Good. So that's going to allow Donovan Montgomery to score. It's an RBI single for Gil Murad.
Number 28, second baseman, Emilian Dietrich.
So here's Emilian Pitre. He hit a double back in the 3rd inning and was stranded there. Runner on first with 1 out. Elmira cuts into Geneva's lead. Geneva leads now 7-1. That's a first pitch ball to Emilian. That swung on, foul down the first base hill. So Elmira gets their run on the board. The Gilmarad RBI single. Breaking ball breaks a little bit too far off the plate, makes the count 2-1. Elmira trails Geneva with a score of 7-1 here in the top of the fifth inning. Here's the 2-1. That breaking ball swung on, fouled back into the netting. 2-2. Two balls, two strikes from A.J. Garland. Gets him looking for the second out. Fourth strikeout of the day for A.J. Garland. Gets Emilian Pitre looking for the second out.
Number 47, right fielder, Jerron McNeil Ward.
Here's right fielder, number 47, Jerron McNeil Ward. Runner on first and Gilmarad with two outs here in the top of the fifth. He swings. That one's foul, high out of play. That's another high pop-up. Out of play, just out of play, into the bleachers. So no balls, two strikes for Jerron McNeil Ward. No balls, two strikes. Two outs. Gilmarad on first. It's another foul ball, this time into the netting behind home plate. Foul ball still keeps the count at 0-2. So a pitcher-assisted ground out and then a strikeout has two outs here, as that's another one fouled, sliced out of play. Count still 0-2. AJ looking for strikeout number 5. That's a hard hit ball right to Royce at second. Picks it up, throw to first. In time for the third out. So one run on two hits and no errors as the Pioneers cut into the deficit. Geneva leads Elmira 7-1 as we're on to the bottom of the fifth. We'll be right back. Leading off the bottom of the fifth for the Red Wings, swings through a first pitch. No balls, one strike to Royce. As he looks at a strike there, down 0-2. Royce hit a single and came around to score back in the fourth and then flew out to right back in the second. So Royce partaking in the offensive explosion the Red Wings had back in the bottom of the fourth. As he swings, soft grounder to third, throw to first in time for the first out. Here's Corson Hastings, left fielder number 4. He had an RBI single, first run scored, the first RBI, excuse me, as he swings through that pitch. 1-1 is the count to him. One ball, one strike, one out here, bottom of the fifth. As that pitch runs inside on Corson, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Here's the pitch. Swung and missed by Corson Hastings. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jack Sokol still on the mound for the Pioneers. Here's the 2-2. Ball called outside. Corson held his swing. Makes that a full count, 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the fifth. Geneva still leads Elmira 7-1. Corson swings through and misses on that one.
Number 40, third baseman, Elliott Good.
It's already the 3rd strikeout for Jack Sokol. Here's Elliott Good. He also had an RBI single back in the bottom of the 4th. No one on base here with 2 outs. It's a first pitch strike by Jack.
All right. More like that.
Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball, swung on, hit hard out to center. Center fielder tracks it down and makes the catch out there. So after a crazy bottom of the 4th, Geneva has a 1-2-3 inning. Jack Sokol gets him down 1, 2, and 3. And on no runs, no hits, no errors, Geneva still leads Elmira 7-1. We're on to the 6th here at McDonough Park. We'll be right back.
No runs, no hits.
So on to the top of the 6th we go here at McDonough Park. Leading off for the Pioneers, DH number 34, Trevor Henneman. He flew out to third back in the 3rd inning.
Number 34, designated hitter, Trevor Henneman.
AJ Gartland still out there for the Red Wings. Going into this game, the Red Wings knew he would have to go quite a ways, as that's a first pitch strike, swinging by Trevor Henneman. Seems the Red Wings keep losing more and more bullpen arms every day, so they're asking more out of their starting pitching. There's a foul ball into the netting behind home plate. 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. AJ looking for strikeout number 5. Just misses it there. That's a ball. 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. No outs here to start the top of the 6th. Here comes the 1-2. Got him swinging. Strikeout number 5 for AJ Garland.
Number 7, left fielder, Jeff Mejia.
Here's top of the order for the Pioneers. Number 7, left fielder, Jeff Mejia. He grounded out to first in the first inning, and then he flew out to center back in the 3rd. Here he is in the top of the 6th with 1 out. Elmira still trails Geneva with a score of 7-1. Geneva over Elmira, I should say. The fastball just outside the plate, 1-0. That pitch hits the zone, 1-1 to the count now. Pitch evens up the count. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here for Jeff Mejia. Breaking ball breaks a little bit too far. 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. That's a ball. 3 balls, 1 strike. With 1 out, no runners on base for Jeff Mejia. Top of the 6th. Swung and miss. That makes a full count at 3-2. Got him swinging on the breaking ball there. 3 balls, 2 strikes. AJ looking for strikeout number 6. Here comes the pitch. Hard hit ball. Gets through. Down for a base hit out there in left field. So Jeff Mejia stands on first with a 1-out single.
Yeah, number 2, center fielder, Dom Popa.
Here's number 2, center fielder, Dom Popa. He grounded out to first and then grounded out to second in the 1st and 4th innings, respectively. Here he is in the 6th with a runner on first and 1 out. Good breaking ball. Gets him looking there. 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. 1 out. That's another pitch that gets him looking. 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out for AJ Garland to Dom Popa. Here's 0-2. Pitch couldn't quite get back over the plate. Called outside high. 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Jeff Mejia stands on first with 1 out. That breaking ball low in the dirt. 2-2 now. Two balls, 2 strikes for Dom Popa. Runner goes. That's fouled away out of play. So Jeff Mejia attempts to steal. Dom Popa fouls that one away, so he returns to first. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, runner on first, top of the 6th inning. Geneva still leads Elmira 7-1 with Dom Popa up to bat. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Time called by the batter. Here's the 2-2. Fastball just off the plate, even full count now, 3-2. Gets him looking for strikeout number 6. Don Popa goes down looking for strikeout number 6 for A.J. Garland.
Bobby Marsh.
Here's first baseman number 25, Bobby Marsh. Bobby has struck out both of his 2 previous plate appearances. With a runner on first to Jeff Mejia. With 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. Bobby Marsh trying not to be 0 for 3 tonight. That's a hard hit ball, fouled over the visiting bullpen. No balls, 1 strike for Bobby. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, runner on first. Here's the pitch. That's called low by the home plate umpire. Evens up the count at 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch from AJ. That fastball carries off the plate. That's a ball, 2-1. Jeff Mejia on first after his single. Here's the 2-1. That's a hard hit ball. Gets down out there in right field for a base hit. Jeff doesn't go past second, so now there's runners on first and second with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th.
Catcher Ben Shore.
Here's Ben Shore. He hit a single back in the 2nd and then grounded out in the 4th inning. Runners on first and second with 2 outs. That pitch runs in on him, gets past catcher Mike Borelli. So both runners do advance to second and third. That's a called ball, of course. So 1-0 for Ben Shore with runners on second and third now with 2 outs.
Come on, bring him around.
1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch. Fouled away out of play. Evens up the count at 1-1. That's another foul ball. One ball, 2 strikes. A.J. Garland trying to get out of this second and third base runner situation. Jeff Mejia on third. Bobby Marsh on second. Here's the pitch. That pitch just high offside. 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, swung on through the hole. That's a base hit out there in right field. Jeff Mejia scores from third. So here's Donovan Montgomery, who hit a single and came around to score back in the fifth.
All right. 1-0. 1-0.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
It's another ball there. 2-0.
3-2.
2-0.
That pitch hits the inside wall there for a strike. 2-1.
Let's get this scoreboard straightened out.
Runners on the corners with 2 outs. That's a high pop-up.
Wow, that skyrocketed.
Ben Griffin calling for it at first. Makes the catch over there for the third out. So 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors. Or excuse me, 1 run on 2 hits, no errors. So Geneva leads Elmira 7-2 as we're out of the bottom of the 6th. We'll be right back. Pitching change as we head into the bottom of the 6th. Coming in to relieve for the Pioneers, number 8, Drew Haight. Drew Haight, a right-hander, comes in to relieve here in the bottom of the 6th inning. As Phil Bernstein gets set to lead off, we'll be right back. Here's Phil Bernstein. He looks at a first pitch ball. Phil hit a double back in the first inning, flew out in the third, and then was hit by a pitch and came around to score in the fourth. As that's a strike, it evens up the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike for Phil Bernstein as he leads off the bottom of the 6th. He looks at a ball low, misses the zone, 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike. It's another ball there from Drew Haight. Makes the count 3-1 for Phil Bernstein. Drew has an interesting pitching motion. He almost wraps his arm around and then slings it from the side. And that misses the zone there, so Phil Bernstein with a no-out walk. He stands on first. Here's number 27, the shortstop, Brady Slinger. He has 2 doubles for him on the day with a 2 RBI double. As he looks at a first pitch ball. He flew out to right in the first inning and then hit a double and came around to score in the third, and then hit a 2 RBI double and also came around to score in the fourth. So quite an eventful day for Brady Slinger. As he's up 2-0 now on Drew Haight. Ben Shore walks out to the mound to talk with his pitcher. So 2 balls, no strikes for Brady Slinger with a runner on first. That pitch is in there for in the strike zone for a strike. 2-1. He swings. That's a hard hit ball down for a base hit out to left field. It's just a single that time, but Brady Slinger is now 3 for 4. Here's Ben Griffin. Ben walked back in the third and was stranded at second. And then he also struck out twice so far this game. Runners on first and second for Ben Griffin. That pitch is way outside. 1-0. Phil Bernstein stands on second with Brady Slinger over there on first. As he swings, that one's popped up high, foul out of play.
I got her.
So it even count 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike for Ben Griffin. As he swings, soft grounder, steps on the bag at third. Long throw to first, but the first baseman's foot is off the bag. So they get the force out at third, but Ben Griffin is safe at first. So after that fielder's choice, they get the force out at third, but the full baseman misses there. Owen 1 for Mike Borelli, with Brady Slinger on second, Ben Griffin on first. As he swings through another one, misses. 0-2. Mike Borelli grounded out twice and then hit an RBI single in the third inning. Oh, I should say he had an RBI fielder's choice in the fourth as well. So 2 RBI for Mike Borelli so far. Here's the 0-2. And he gets him swinging. 3 straight strikes swinging. Has Mike Borelli down on strikes.
Number 5.
Here's number 5, right fielder Nick Forney. He looks at a first pitch ball. That pitch is low, misses the zone. Two balls, no strikes. That pitch breaks way too far outside. 3-0 now. Three balls, no strikes. He looks at a strike there. 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. 2 outs here. Runners on first and second. Still in the bottom of the 6th. Pitch runs inside on Nick, so he has a 2-out walk that loads the bases here.
Number 25, designated hitter, Noah Reichman.
That breaking ball gets in there for a strike on Noah Reischmann. Noah had 2 at-bats back in the 4th inning. He was hit by pitch and came around to score and then struck out to end the bottom of the 4th. That breaking ball misses there, pulls outside, 1-1. So the bases are loaded here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Brady Slinger on second, Brady Slinger on third, Ben Griffin at second, and then Nick Forney on first. Noah Reischmann up to bat. The 1-1 count. As he swings, that's a hard hit ball right to short, taking the short way to second for the 3rd out. So bases loaded. Geneva can't get a run around to score. Score still remains 7-2. We're on to the 7th here. We'll be right back. On to the 7th we go here at McDonough Park. There is a pitching change for the Red Wings. Coming in the top of the 7th to relieve, number 21, Mike Moore. Mike, a 6'6" right-hander out of McHenry County College. Mike Moore comes in here in the top of the 7th as Geneva leads Elmira 7-2. So AJ Gartland, 7 hits, 2 runs, 6 strikeouts for AJ Gartland as he makes it through 6 full innings of work. Here's Mike Moore to come in to relieve. Leading off for the Pioneers is number 32, the third baseman, Alex Lucchini. Excuse me. Alex Lucchini has grounded out both of his previous plate appearances. So here's Mike Moore. First pitch from him. Swung on, fouled out of play. That's another strike there by Mike Moore. Gets Alex to go around. 0-2 now. Here's the 0-2. Fastball just called high outside, 1-2.
No shame in walking. Let the next guy get you.
That fastball couldn't quite get back over the plate. Evens up the count at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. No outs here to start the top of the 7th. Gets him swinging. First strikeout of the night for Michael Moore.
41, extra hitter, Gil Murad.
So here's the extra hitter, number 41, Gil Murad. Gil had an RBI single back in the 5th inning. He looks at a first pitch strike there by Mike Moore. So no balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Here's the pitch for Mike. Gets him swinging again, 0-2. Blew the fastball right by him there from Gil. So Gil Murad is down 0-2 to Mike Moore. Here, top of the 7th, Geneva still leads Elmira 7-2. Fastball just low outside, misses there, 1-2 is the count. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, the count for Gil Murad. Here's the pitch from Mike. That ball is popped up foul out of play. Foul ball still keeps the count at 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. No one on base. Here's the pitch from Mike. And there's another strikeout for Mike Moore.
28, second baseman, Emilian Petrie.
Here's Emilian Petrie. So Emilian hit a double back in the 3rd and then struck out looking in the 5th. Here he is now in the top of the 7th with 2 outs. No one on base here. Mike Moore, 2 straight strikeouts. Fastball over the plate there. 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Swung and missed. 0-2. No ball for strikeout number. Mejia does hold his swing on that one. Pitch is called a ball. 1-2 the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fastball. Another one just called right off the plate. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch from Mike Moore. And that one's hit high out to left field. Corson Hastings tracking it down out there. And he makes the catch for the 3rd out. So 1-2-3 inning for Mike Moore, who comes in relief. We're on to the bottom of the 7th. No runs, no hits, no errors. Geneva still leads Elmira 7-2. We'll be right back. Leading things off here in the bottom of the 7th for the Red Wings, number 13, second baseman Royce Frazier. Royce hit a single and came around to score in the 4th. And then he flew out and grounded out. As that ball runs inside on him, misses him. It's a first pitch ball there from Royce. He flew out to right in the 2nd, hit a single and came around to score in the 4th, and then grounded out in the 5th. Here he is in the bottom of the 7th inning, leading off for the Red Wings. Swings through and fouls that one out of play. Evens up the count at 1-1. Folks, same as when games started, 5 o'clock. 80, 81 degrees, still sunny outside. Here's the 1-1. That's a hard hit ball out to center field. Gets down out there for a base hit. Royce Frazier has himself another single. He stands on first with no outs. So here's Corson Hastings, left fielder, number 4. He flew out to the third baseman in the 2nd inning, had an RBI single and came around to score in the 4th, and then struck out in the 5th inning. Here he is in the top of the 7th with no outs and runner on first. 2 straight balls to him. Here's the 2-0. Now the pitch just stays outside the plate. 3-0, the count to Corson. 3 balls, no strikes, no outs. Royce Frazier over there on first after his single. Here comes the 3-0. Pitch hits the zone there for a strike. 3-1. Three balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled out of play. So 3 straight balls, and then all of a sudden, Corson makes the count full on himself. 3-2. Swung and a miss. So here's Elliott. RBI single and came around to score in the 4th and then flew out to center again in the 5th. Here he is in the 7th with 1 out. Royce Frazier still on first. That breaking ball breaks a little too far off the plate. 1-0. Throw back to first. Royce gets back in time. 1 ball, no strikes for Elliott. Good. 1 for 3 so far in the night. So he looks at a pitch there. That's a strike. 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. 1 out here. Royce Frazier still on first. That pitch hits the inside wall. Looked at for a strike. 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. 1 out here for Elliott. Good. That pitch misses high outside. 2-2. Drew Haight still looking for strikeout number 3. That pitch is low outside in the dirt. Count evens up or goes full at 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes for Elliott. Good with Royce Frazier on first with 1 out. Swung on, fouled out of play. So that foul ball still keeps the count full at 3-2 for Elliott. Good. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch. Swung and missed. Strikeout number 3 for Drew Haight. Here's Phil Bernstein with 2 outs. Phil hit a double in the first, flew out to left in the 3rd, was hit by a pitch and came around to score in the 4th. So he looks at a first pitch ball. And Phil walked in the 6th, but was stranded. He was caught in a fielder's choice. There's 1-0. Swung on, fouled into the netting. 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. Swung on, hit hard out to left center. That ball is caught out there in left field for the third out. So Royce Frazier gets stranded on first after his single. So no runs on one hit, no errors. Geneva still leads Elmira 7-2. We're on to the eighth inning here.
No runs, one hit. Back on the bump for Geneva.
Folks, real quick, we would like to remind you to follow our social media accounts, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Like I was saying, please be sure to follow those as they have scheduling updates, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. As of late, we are getting new lights installed here at McDonough Park. So home games have been starting 2 hours earlier. All home games that might be 7 o'clock are now 5 o'clock until further notice, until all the lights get up. So
47, right fielder, McNeil Ward.
All the lights should be up by the end of this week. My assumption, Wednesday's home game will also be 5 o'clock start. They have about 4 or 5 light stanchions to go, so it will take a few days. There's a first pitch strike leading off in the top of the 8th for the Pioneers. Jerron McNeil Ward, as he swings through a first pitch strike by Mike Moore. New lights are being installed here at McDonough Park. Hopefully Friday could be back to normal. 7 o'clock starts. But like I said, until further notice, please check out our social media accounts for any updates, scheduling delays, everything like that. As Jerron swings through another fastball. 1-2. Here's the 2-2 from Mike Moore. 2 balls, 2 strikes. No outs here to start the top of the 8th inning. Here comes the 2-2. That's hit high, foul out of play. So Jerron finds a way to stay alive. 2 balls, 2 strikes, still remains the count. Two balls, 2 strikes. Mike Moore looking for strikeout number 3. Here comes the 2-2. Breaking ball breaks a little too full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch. Fastball. Third makes his way to first with a no-out walk.
Number 34, designated hitter, Trevor Henneman.
Here's designated hitter number 34, Trevor Henneman. So after Jerron McNeil Ward walks with no outs to start the top of the 8th, here's the DH for the Pioneers. Only his 3rd plate appearance. He flew out to 3rd in the 3rd inning, and then he also struck out back in the 6th. Here's the 0-0 for Mike Moore. That fastball low in the dirt gets past Mike Borelli. So Trevor Henneman up on Mike Moore, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, no outs. Runner on second now to that pass ball. That pitch just a little high on a strike zone, 2-0. Appears to be some movement in the Red Wings bullpen. Two balls, no strikes. That fastball is swung on, fouled out of play. So with no outs, runner on second, and Jerron McNeil Ward. Trevor Henneman, 0 for 2 on the night so far for him. 2 balls, 1 strike. Runner goes. Throw to third. Tag couldn't get applied. Great steal there by Jerron McNeil Ward.
Get a rally going.
So 2 balls, strike, no outs, runner on third. Swung on, hit high out to right field. Ward tags up from third. He runs and makes it safely to home. So a run does come across to score here in the top of the 8th inning. So Jerron McNeil Ward scores on a sac fly from Trevor Henneman. So the 1 out now, no one on base for Mike Moore. Up to bat, number 7, left fielder Jeff Mejia. That fastball misses low inside, 1-0. One ball, no strikes. Fastball swung on, slicing foul down the left field line. That foul ball evens up the count at 1-1. Jeff Mejia hit a single back in the 6th, then came around to score. It's another foul ball. One and two. One ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Mike Moore. A high hit ball out to center field. Phil Bernstein calls it. Left center, makes the catch out there for the 2nd out.
Number 2, center fielder, Dom Popa.
Here's Dom Popa now. 0 for 3 on the night for him so far. He grounded out to first in the 1st inning. He grounded out to second in the 4th inning. And then he struck out looking back in the 6th. So no runners on with 2 outs. Here's Dom Popa. Run back in the top of the 8th. They now trail Geneva by 4 runs. Geneva leads Elmira with a score of 7-3. Ball strike from Dom Popa. Fastball misses high, evens up the count at 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs from Mike Moore. Mike looking for strikeout number 3 as that one's fouled high, out of play over the visitor bullpen. So that makes it count at 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, no one on base here in the top of the 8th. Here comes the 1-2 from Mike Moore. That fastball couldn't get down, stays high out of the zone. 2-2 evens up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs for number 2, Don Popa. Another fastball that couldn't quite get back down. Another ball makes that count full at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. No one on base, top of the 8th inning for Don Popa. And that's a fastball just off the outside wall. So Don Popa makes his way over to first with a 2-out walk.
Number 25, first baseman, Bobby Marsh.
Here's first baseman, number 25, Bobby Marsh. Bobby struck out in the first and in the 4th inning, and then hit a single in the 6th and was stranded in that inning. He's 1 for 3 on the night. The runner on first now with Don Popa standing over there. 2 outs. Here's the 0-0 for Mike Moore. Fastball finds the outside wall, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike here for Mike Moore. Don Popa on first still. 2 outs. Dom goes. Throw by Mike Borelli. Not in time. Don Popa lands at second safely. It was a called ball as well, so that evens up the count at 1-1. So Mike Moore, 2 outs, even count at 1-1 with a runner on second now. Another fastball off the plate, 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Swung on, foul out of play. So even back up the count at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mike Moore trying to get out of this inning after only letting up 1 run. Geneva still leads Elmira 7-3. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on second for Bobby Marsh. Here comes the pitch to him. Another one popped up foul out of play. That foul ball still keeps the count at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes still remains the count with Don Popa over on second. Here's the pitch. Fastball carries high, 3-2. So 7th pitch of the at-bat for Mike Moore. He's trying to get Bobby Marsh down. Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here comes the pitch. Swung on, hit high in play. Elliott Good calls for it. Makes the catch out in foul ground for the 3rd out. So only 1 run Here we are in the bottom of the 8th here at McDonough Park. Geneva still leads Elmira 7-3 as shortstop number 27, Brady Slinger, comes in. That's a hard hit ball out to right field. Gets down out there past the right fielder. Brady makes his way to second, and he makes it in there safely standing. That's double number 3 for Brady Slinger tonight.
Number 22's first.
So Brady Slinger, who is 4 for 5 on his night now, stands on second with no outs. Here's Ben Griffin. He looks at a ball. 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes to number 22, the first baseman, Ben Griffin. As he swings through and misses on that one, evens up the count at 1-1. Folks, we typed in the chat, but of course, pitching change for Elmira. Billy Wildeman, number 27, comes in to relieve here. Ball was low in the dirt. Ben couldn't hold his swing back, so it's a called strike. 1-2 is the count. Ben struck out in the first and in the 4th inning. He walked and was stranded in the 3rd, and then he made it to first on a fielder's choice back in the 6th. 1 ball, 2 strikes to him. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled back behind the home plate into the netting. Foul ball still keeps the count at 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes for Ben Griffin. Here's the pitch. Hard hit ball out to right. Right to Duran. He makes the catch out there. Brady Slinger tags from second. Makes it to third safely. So Brady advances to third.
Number 20, catcher Mike Borelli.
Here's catcher number 20, Mike Borelli. He's 1 for 3 on the night so far with 2 ground balls and a strikeout. He has an RBI single, and he also is credited an RBI for his fielder's choice in the 4th. You could call that a sac ground ball if you want. Looks at a first pitch strike from Billy Wildeman. 0-1. Good stop by there by Ben Shore. That ball evens up the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out for Mike Borelli. 2 RBI for him so far in the night with Brady Slinger at third. Here's the pitch. High fastball, misses there, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out for the Red Wings catcher. Here's the pitch. Foul tipped. So Mike Borelli stays alive in this at-bat. One ball, 2 strikes, still to count. With 1 out, Brady Slinger on third. He's being talked over there by head coach Dan Munn. Time on the catcher. Ball was thrown. The pitch does not count. Time was called before the ball left his hand. So the count is still 1-2. Here comes the pitch. Mike swings through the low breaking ball, misses there for a strikeout Here's number 5, right fielder Nick Forney. Nick with 3 walks so far tonight. That's a hard hit ball out to center field. And he makes the catch out there for the 3rd out. So no runs on 1 hit, no errors. The score still remains Geneva 7, Elmira 3. We're on to the 9th here at McDonough Park. We'll be right back. Leading off the top of the 9th for the Elmira Pioneers, catcher number 19, Ben Shore. Ben has 2 singles as well as an RBI. So he looks at a first pitch ball.
Here we go.
Of course, we typed it, but pitching change for the Red Wings. Coming in here to relieve in the top of the 9th, number 31, Jack Pletter out of Colby College. That's a hard hit ball out to left field. Corson Hastings looks at it. It lands on the wall. So Ben Shore has a leadoff double here to start the top of the 9th.
Number 23, shortstop, Donovan Montgomery.
So Ben Shore, 3 for 4 on the night for him. Here's Donovan Montgomery. He hit a single and then came around to score in the 5th inning.
Let's go, Piles.
So with no outs, runner on second. Here's Donovan Montgomery. Number 23, the shortstop for the Pioneers. Here's the pitch from Jack. Fastball low, misses the zone, 1-0.
Go, Piles. Whatever.
That fastball hits the plate there that time. 1-1. It's the count. One ball, one strike. That breaking ball couldn't quite get down. Great snag there behind the plate by Mike Borelli. 2 balls, 1 strike, the count for Donovan. Here's a 2-1. That's a hard hit ball out to right field. Nick Forney tracking it down. Makes the catch out and right. Ben does tag from second, so he makes his way to third.
Number 32, third baseman, Alex Lucini.
1 out, he's on third. Bring him in.
So a 1 out base runner. Ben Shore is on third. Ben Shore on third with 1 out. Here's number 32, the third baseman, Alex Lucini.
No shame in walking.
Here's the 0-0. Fastball hits the plate there, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Another breaking ball, couldn't get down. Evens up the count at 1-1.
Wild Bill.
1 ball, 1 strike. Fastball high inside, misses there, 2-1.
If it gives you a free walk, take it.
2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch from Jack. Swung and missed on that fastball. Blew it right by him. 2-2.
Hey, 2.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner on third and Ben Shore. Top of the 9th. Geneva still leads Elmira 7-3. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. Got him looking for the second out.
Number 41, extra hitter, Gil Murad.
So here's extra hitter number 41, Gil Murad. Gil grounded out in the second, had an RBI single back in the 5th, and then struck out in the 7th. Here he is in the top of the 9th with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball swung on, missed for the first pitch strike. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs now. The runner on third.
I thought he got a strike.
Here comes 0-1. Fastball swung on, popped up, foul out of play. So Elmira possibly down to their final strike here. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on third. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball fouled into the backstop.
Stay alive.
So Gil Murad finding a way to stay alive here in the top of the 9th. Of course, the Pioneers do need more than the 1 base runner on third. 4-run deficit here with 2 outs. Breaking ball couldn't quite get down there. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, swung on, over to Elliott at third. Throw to Ben at first, gets by him. So a run does come across to score.
All right, here we go. Right on my run.
We can do it on 2 outs.
I've seen it.
It's an error, a throwing error on third baseman Elliott Good.
Number 20,
Allows Ben Shore to score.
Vivian Petre.
So an E5 allows Ben Shore to score. That makes that's a hard hit ball into the gap. So that's another score for the Elmira Pioneers.
number 47, J-Ron McNeil Ward, right fielder.
So all of a sudden, there's quite the game here. With 2 outs, an error that allowed Gilmira to reach second. A Emilian Pitre RBI double brings Gil around to score. So Elmira trails Geneva with a score of 7-5.
You got this, Elmira.
Here's Jerron McNeil Ward with 2 outs, runner on second.
Omeo run.
Here's the pitch from Jack. Breaking ball hits the zone there for a first pitch strike.
Home run, buddy.
There's another strike. So 0-2 now for Jack Pletter. Jerron McNeil Ward. He walked and came around to score in the 8th inning. Here's the 0-2. Swung and a miss. Tagged there, struck out, and the ball game is over. Geneva holds on to win here in 9 innings with a score of 7-5.
Two runs, 2 hits, 1 error. 1 left on base. Your final score, Jeff.
So the Red Wings hang on there. They allowed 2 runs in the 9th inning, in the top of the 9th, but they do hold on. They beat Elmira with a score of 7-5. Elmira scores 2 runs in the top of the 9th with a runner on second, and a strikeout seals the deal here at McDonough Park. So Geneva takes this one. The score is 7-5. We want to thank you all for joining us here tonight. This PGCBL matchup. Like I said, the Red Wings have an off day tomorrow, and then they are back here at McDonough Park on Wednesday to take on the Niagara Power. So from all of us here, please, like I said earlier, take care to please follow our social media accounts for any updates on scheduling, delays, or timing scheduling, like differences, I should say. So as of right now, it's a slated 7:05 start on Wednesday, but keep in mind that could always change to 5:05. Until the lights are put up, everything's in question here at McDonough Park. So keep an eye on our social media. And we wanted to thank you all here tonight for joining us on this warm and humid Monday night. This has been Nick Marr with the rest of your Geneva Red Wings team. Thank you very much. Take care.